Welcome back, everybody. I am back today with some updates on the EIDL grants and the loans. Is $2 million in our near future? We're going to talk about that. Plus, we're seeing more tax problems around the grants and the loan increases. We need to really discuss this. And more of you are coming forward from Priorities 1 and Priorities 2 telling me that you did not receive your targeted advance grant or your supplemental advance grant. And in a few very short weeks, the SBA will open this to new applicants for targeted advance grants. So share this video with everybody you know that's inside the EIDL program, whether they're in the grant program or the loan program, because this is a big episode and we need to get you all caught up. So let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. I have an interesting lineup today for the EIDL grants and the loans. I'm going to cover some reminders here, but then we're going to get into talking about that $2 million increase. Plus, so many more coming forward from Priorities 1 and Priorities 2, indicating that you have not received your targeted advance grant. And we have some concerns about this because they are about to open this up to new eligible applicants before they've finished Priorities 1 and 2. And last, we need to cover some tax roadblocks that are causing issues with the loan increases and the grants. And by the way, if you have not yet met me, my name is Edward Bilder, and I typically post finance videos on how to fill your pockets so full that your pants just hit the floor. I know my humor's terrible. Right now, I'm focusing in on EIDL because so many small business owners out there need help getting the loan increases and their grants approved. We also focus on PPP and the stimulus updates. So let's get into some reminders around the EIDL increases, because I get asked so many times, how fast is this process? Some people are saying they're getting it done in 3 to 4 weeks, and that's about 50% of everybody that reports into the channel. And others are saying this could take up to 8 to 10 weeks, because if you're stuck in some kind of glitch scenario where your tax transcripts aren't coming back fast enough from the IRS, yeah, this could definitely prolong the period. So at the best case scenario, you could be done in 3 weeks. At the worst case scenario, you could be done with this process in 10 weeks. I know that's a big gap in between, especially when you're waiting on your loan increase funding, all right? Another reminder, if you guys are stuck and you're trying to figure out why you don't have that blue button, and you submitted for an increase prior to the 24-month increase, or you were in any kind of denial situation, your processing is over with PDC Recon, and you need to email them. There's steps found in the description right now that you could go out and follow. Okay, I want to shift over and talk about the $2 million and whether or not that is in our near future here for the loan increases, because if you recall, Isabella Guzman announced during the House committee meeting where she spoke out on EIDL and PPP and all the big programs, that in the near future here, possibly over the summer, we might see the loan caps go up yet again between $500,000 and $2 million, that upper threshold limit. And the SBA insider info that I'm receiving is that they're actually seeing a higher percentage of applicants that are being capped at $500,000 that would have actually qualified for greater than that amount, that is in between that $500,000 and the $2 million range. And I actually see that quite frequently too with my clients. They'll message me and they'll say, it's really $500,000 the highest I could go, because I actually qualify for $700,000, $800,000, $1.2 million, right? There's so many that are qualifying in that upper range that this is just leading to the fact that the SBA has the potential to substantiate these higher valued loans. That would basically mean that in our future here, it'll still most likely be based around the 24 months of working capital. However, if you were stopped at $500,000, you would actually qualify for the greater amounts between $500,000 and $2 million. Now, to everybody out there who's waiting and trying to figure out if they should apply, I say still apply. And the only reason I say still apply, and you can make your own decision here, but the only reason I say still apply is because the SBA is using this data to determine what their next steps are. So they're actually looking for that high volume of applicants that are in that upper tier in order to make that final decision. And if there's not enough applicants coming in, they may never increase this up to the $2 million. So I still say apply, and I would believe that the SBA will have to come up with a second process where you can get yourself a loan increase. If you were capped, received your funding at $500,000, they will probably come up with a process here to get you that bridge bridge that gap from $500 to $2 million in a second loan increase process. All right, so stay tuned for more information on that. I'm going to be tracking this really closely because so many of my clients right now are saying, boy, I wish they would open it up already because I want to apply right now for higher amounts than $500,000. Okay, I'm going to shift into the updates on the grants, and then I want to follow up with some tax information that is actually applicable to both the grants and the loan increases, so stay tuned for that. But so many more right now are coming forward from Priorities 1 and Priorities 2 who have indicated right here on this channel and on my Instagram that they have yet to receive their targeted advanced grants, and they qualify in all three of the categories. Priorities 1 is everybody who received funding from 2020, and Priorities 2 is everybody who applied prior to December 27th of 2020 who did not receive any portion of the advanced grant. The reason I bring this up is because so many people are frustrated that the SBA is announcing that they want to move forward to new applicants and start processing 2021 advanced applicants who are in the targeted zones. And the viewers here are outraged. They want to see them finish the process that they started, finish with Priorities 1 and 2 as it was intended in the law before they move on to new applicants. Now, as of yesterday, the numbers were at 2,700. And today I'm looking at just approximately 3,500 viewers right now that have come forward indicating they're in Priorities 1, Priorities 2, received no targeted advanced grant, and they are outraged because they're getting no communication back from the SBA. Now, I'm going to wait until Friday. I know I announced that I'm going to send this list off to Ben Cardin and Nydia Velasquez, but I'm going to wait until Friday to send this list out. So I'm going to call out to viewers to continue to leave me a message on my comments if you're on Priorities 1 and 2 and you have not yet received any of your funds, or you can find me over on my Instagram because I want to see this list reach about 7,000 before I send it off to the SBA and to our congressmen and women to really have a nice substantial list and present, hey, look, here's approximately $50 million worth of applicants that have yet to be serviced here by the SBA. So keep your comments coming. I look forward to hearing them all. And I'm sorry for your frustration, but we're gonna work to get this thing resolved together. Okay, as promised, I need to shift into the tax information here because right now loan increases are being held up, and of course grants are being held up because of backlog taxes or your transcripts coming back with zeros. Now, originally it was believed that if the zeros came back, that meant you were still stuck in the backlog. However, that is not the case. If the zeros come back, it means that you have amended something on your taxes. And therefore, because you've amended something on your taxes, your transcript will always show up with zeros. This is a big and alarming issue because it's not necessarily illegal to go back and amend your taxes, but the SBA is using this as a bit of a fraud detection mechanism to determine if at the time of applying for your first application, what were your taxes stating then versus what are they stating now, because you're trying to benefit from a higher loan amount or a benefit from a grant or benefit from something that could really help you by going back and amending your taxes, right? So we need to really hear a position here from the SBA to determine how they're going to resolve this, because if you truly had a great reason for going back and amending your taxes, again, that's not anything that you can't do. Make sure you speak to your CPA that's closest to your business. Of course, I'm not a CPA. I can't give you that advice, but it's not necessarily something you can't do. Make sure you work with your CPA to know if it's the right choice or not. But loan officers, now what they are suggesting is that you could get yourself a stamped copy of your IRS documents upon submittal. You can't get a stamped copy after they've been submitted. You could also use your e-file receipts to submit to the SBA for the grants and the loan increases. And last, they're suggesting some loan officers are accepting CPA endorsed copies of the taxes. That means you had a certified public accountant sign off on this, put their registered number down, and essentially say that they have handled your taxes. They are an authority. And of course, you can send that off to the SBA as is. That's the copy as it is and how it sits today with the IRS. All right. So stick with me here. I'm going to find out more details on this because I definitely don't want to see loan increases being held up for this reason. Or we do know that the grants have been held up for this reason. However, there have been many that are getting their grants overturned by simply turning in the copies of their transcripts. So we're going to follow this here pretty closely, and we're hoping to get a response from the SBA as to what to do if you are getting those zeros coming back on your transcripts. Now, I want to thank all the viewers for tuning into my my video on my Airbnbs. You guys are amazing. I want to continue to call out to all the viewers here to leave me in the comments a message of what type of business you're in, because I will be interviewing many from my network to give you guys more business opportunities to expand your revenue streams. And I want to make sure that I'm tuning in on the right pieces of details to share with all of you guys. And remember, I'm always looking for new partners in my B&Bs and my short-term rentals. You could leave me a comment down below, tell me that you're interested in it, and I will message you back with these opportunities. You could also check out my crash course found in the description. I have a $75 off coupon right now at 75OFF. I've extended it because I've used up all my coupons already on my Airbnb crash course, where you could get into the game with $50 in your pocket, earning an extra $5,000 to $10,000 each month. You cash flow in 3 days and you don't have to own the real estate. You can check out that crash course right now in the description. Also, check out my whole free stuff section where you can grab yourself free stocks, free crypto, and free sign-on bonuses. Webull right now is giving away a Tesla, and I use Webull every day because every month I get about $2,000 worth of free stocks. It's pretty amazing. Check that out in the description. And if you need further assistance outside my free content found right here on YouTube, you can find me pinned in the top comment for a one-on-one consultation. Click the link and you can set up a phone call with me. I wish you all the best, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.